they're done. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Constantly, huh?
Yeah, no, the kids and I are just ice cream fiends.
World-class chocolate.
World-class
So
chocolate ice
good.
cream. That's your favorite?
That's the best.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You need to try it. Oh, you've had it.
Yeah,
sure.
I know.
All right. And mine is, well, I don't do sugar, but if I had to pick anyone, pralines and cream. I like that one. All right, you're up next.
M&M's or Skittles. Dang, that's like a huge difference.
M&M's.
Ooh, that's the first person I've ever heard it say
I think I
M&M's.
do the M&M's. Yeah, I don't care for the.
You don't taste the rainbow?
The rainbow's good, but actually I think the M&M I prefer the chocolate, but only so much of it.
Yeah, but what happens if it's like a hot summer day? You're screwed with M&M's in your pocket.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with the Skittles because
they'll never melt.
They won't.
That's
They'll
true.
roll
Good
around
point.
in your dash forever.
On the floorboard. Yeah.
I'm going Skittles too.
Obviously Skittles, yeah.
All right. Do you have any pets at home?
Yes, I got 3 dogs, 3 little Pomeranians.
They always barking at you?
One's a constant. I mean, you should just stand there and bark at the wall. It's, you know what I mean? There's no rhyme or reason, but
just barking the whole time.
Yeah, but they're great, man. We love them to death.
Joe, what was the name of that giant, awesome cat that you grew up with?
Snow.
Snow. That thing was like a 40-pounder.
Really? I don't think I ever saw that cat.
He had to be 20-something pounds. This guy was huge.
My mother always had a cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we always had cats when we were growing up, and this cat.
His paws were like this big.
Was
huge,
like a mountain lion.
This guy,
he would attack you, take your legs out.
My mother always had an indoor-outdoor cat, and this one she wanted to be indoor deal. You know what I mean? Of course, that didn't go over very well with the old man. But anyhow, she had it declawed in the front, so she took the 4-wheel drive out of it. But I swear to God, to this day, they took his claws and put them on his teeth.
Oh, why?
Because his teeth would hang out the bottom of his lip. Yeah, like an old saber-toothed tiger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a freaking monster. He was a badass. He was cool. He was actually, I think, the last cat we had.
Snow, huh?
Yeah, his name was Snow. Big old dude.
Some of the guys were saying that they didn't get any of the audio, so let's go over. We'll just go through them real quick. Die Hard or Nightmare Before Christmas?
Die Hard.
You're going Die Hard, too.
Hard, yeah.
And I picked Nightmare Before Christmas because I like the characters. Tacos or pizza?
Definitely taco. Southern Arizona.
You're going both? Taco. I'm going tacos, too.
I agree, but man.
Favorite tacos would be a way different question. Favorite soda, we already discussed. Joe likes Coke, man.
Yeah.
He's a Coke drinker.
Dr. Pepper.
I'm going Diet Dr. Pepper. All right. We talked about most memorable race. Favorite ice cream we just talked about. All right. You want to ask the next one?
The pets?
We already asked that one. Well, do you have pets at home?
I do.
Is it?
2 little yipe-yapes.
Yeah. Little
guys?
guys?
They're pretty cool.
So, unfortunately, I don't have any pets at home. We had a dog, Pit Bull. She was awesome. But, right now I don't have any pets at home. All right. If you were in the movie Hangover, which character would you be?
Oh, man.
And I always tell everybody this, like in the last episode, you can still be Mike Tyson, too, because he's in there.
I was totally going to say that.
You know, I don't know the characters' names, but I've always been the one to kind of hang back and observe and kind of.
The tooth?
Kind of mediate. You know what I mean? I've never been an instigator at all, but I've been kind of one that was just kind of in the background a little bit. So yeah, probably. I don't.
The guy that pulls out his own tooth, or the guy Alan that with the satchel?
No, the guy that pulls out his own tooth.
Oh yeah, who's that?
I don't know what his name is either.
I thought it was.
He was a doctor or a lawyer or something like that in the movie.
He was a dentist.
A dentist.
There you go.
Pulled out his own tooth.
That's right.
He was hilarious too. Who would you pick?
Funny.
Just because I don't have to think, I was gonna say Mike Tyson.
Really?
He's got his own tiger.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He has his own podcast now too.
True.
I need to listen to that bad boy. Yeah, it's funny too because he talks like the way he talks. You know, like you think like the podcast wouldn't get any traction, but that's bitching though.
Yeah,
like
awesome.
way to overcome it, Mike.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go with Alan just because I don't like people touching my cars. So. I said this last episode too. I just think it's so funny. He's sitting by the gas pump and he's putting gas in it, and the guy's like walking. Oh, look at the car! Like looking at the car. He's like, "Don't touch. Don't even look at it. Just walk away. Just walk away." This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
All right, go for the last one, dude. This is the golden ticket.
Second one, right?
Oh yeah, my bad.
What other form of racing would you to try? So is this racing or supporting?
Well, okay, I'll answer the question first then. So, if I could pick any type of racing, it would just be F1. Like, I love F1.
Yeah, so
So if
cool.
I could do, and it's not to race it. Like, I would just love to go out there and try it. Like,
Right.
just because it feels like unobtainable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And like my second one, I probably want to drive one of those big ass trucks in Dakar, like those Kamaz trucks. But I wouldn't want to race Dakar. I would just want to go drive it for
Just
a
go
little
drive
bit.
it.
Yeah, and have some fun. So what would you guys pick?
I would like to dabble into the F1 stuff a little bit.
Well, you're super
Cool.
into the technology and stuff, right?
That's what I was going to bring up. If I got a little bit of time, I was going to bring up a story that
Yeah, do it, man.
a couple years ago for the SEMA show in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
We all had our trophy trucks there because we were actually qualifying for the 1,000
Oh, I remember that year.
at SEMA. Anyhow, being good friends and racing with Menzies Motorsports, Bryce Menzies and that team, I spent a lot of time over at their shop, and and we helped them. We've raced with them a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so I would help them with their pit stuff, and they'd help me with my, you know what I mean, and all of our stuff together. And a group of Frenchmen, Red Bull Frenchmen, came over with an F1 car, and for the SEMA show,
Yep.
and brought it over in boxes.
Yeah, that's the way they do
And
it, though.
exactly, and it kind of blew my mind. Like, wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Anyhow, and these
Smart,
guys,
though, I guess.
It's like
These-
it's like how they travel with musicians. They put them
Sure.
all in those big old
Yep.
crate like boxes.
Each
yeah,
piece.
exactly.
Just bolts together.
And this was a car. I think it was like 3 years old, maybe 4 years old. But anyhow, they assembled the whole car, and they, even though the car was old and outdated and it is no longer in use, they're like, hey, no pictures, no nothing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But the
So much
technology,
technology.
technology was crazy.
It's so
And,
cool. Everything's
uh,
carbon fiber too, right?
Oh man! And then they started it,
Oh, man.
and it just made. I feel that we worked on some pretty advanced stuff, in this trophy truck field.
Not
And
even
dude,
close.
Not, dude, now you can even better not. It was crazy, just watching these guys work, and this car is running, and they're controlling it via laptop. They're not even in the car. They're not even touching the gas pedal.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. And the materials that are used, I mean, they're using a material called Inconel. It's the
What
full,
is that?
The full exhaust. It's a metal type base material, but it's the exhaust is glowing. I mean, it's glowing red hot. And you would think with it, growing and contracting and growing, it'd break,
Mm-hmm.
but this Inconel material cools back down and comes back down to its, you know what I mean?
So it can
its side-
dissipate heat in like 2 seconds?
Yeah, it dissipates heat quickly, returns to its
Do they use that
form
same stuff?
time and time and time again. And
Do they use that same type of stuff with brakes?
I don't know about brakes. I know they use it a lot in the aircraft industry,
Dude, that'd be insane.
but it's just. Yeah, I mean, it just blew me away watching these guys work and put
Well,
the
like
car
Kay said,
together.
then
and
would you rather be part of the behind the scenes, or would you rather just like get in and press the gas?
I'd rather be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know
you
what
would.
I mean? I
You
would.
would.
I would
Okay.
rather be behind the scenes because there's so much more learning.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Keep
it
your
just
brain busy.
that stuff just it's cool. It was really cool to see. It was an honor to watch it and see them. A whole bunch of freaking Lego boxes.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
Think
feel
about
like
they put this whole race car together, and
I feel like I'd want both. I want to look at it all and then go drive it
Yeah,
too.
no kidding.
I think driving it would be fun, but
Yeah, I
The
guess
buil-
not
the
near as like
building and the-
fulfilling, huh?
Yeah.
the understanding of
What
it,
about you?
but-
What would you like to try?
Man, so I don't remember the name of this thing, but I just heard about this. There's this race that races from point A to point B. There's off-road, there's on-road. It's all together, and you're only allowed to spend $500.
You're talking about the Cannonball Run.
It's I guess it's kind of like it, but
Gambler.
maybe that's it. And there's just so much strategy into that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's see, we could do a Volkswagen.
You'd have to get a
because-
hoopty.
Well,
You got $500. You got a $500.
What if your friend
Cap-
will sell you a F1 car for $500?
Right. I'm sure there's some kind of restriction, but right, like, because now you're thinking about, let's see, okay, a Volkswagen's air cooled,
Yeah.
but it's probably not gonna. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, think of all the.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's-
That sounds pretty awesome to me. That's not luxurious and
No, not at all.
not at all. But
What about a Power Wheels with like a V8? You could get some serious speed out of that thing.
totally.
And I do have to say I spent over in Australia this year. I went to a V8 supercar race,
Oh, those look
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
and they're serious about their technology.
That's Tiger's
Those-
old caddy.
Yeah, those cars are bad. Those cars are the technology in them and the competition. You know what I mean? They're
So they have Ford, Skoda,
trick.
like those kinds of cars.
yeah, like, Ford and Holdens and,
Holden,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
that's
yeah.
the one I was thinking of.
So and it's just like I say, the technology's crazy and there's 10 engineers to a car and it's pretty cool. It's not just left turn; it's left and right, and the braking systems on them are it's cool, really neat. I really enjoyed it.
I would like to. Well, it kind of goes along with that same thing, like turning left and right and stuff. That's why I like F1. But those DTM cars look bitchin' too. Have you guys seen those, like the Mercedes AMG cars and things like that?
Yep.
I feel like those would be super close to, well, maybe not F1 status, but those would be badass to drive.
So
I would
you're
love
going
to do that.
F1?
I think just because, like, now that Joe brings up all those points about the technology and stuff, that's what really interests me. So, I mean, like, driving it would just be, like, putting me over the edge kind of thing.
Right.
But I think that's, just being at the top level of motorsports in general. Yeah, like, like, it'd be like flying the baddest helicopter ever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're a pilot, like, there's nothing that gets better. Like,
Sure.
and even if all I got to do was rev the engine, I would be so stoked. And then look at all the stuff.
All the graphs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think something like that would be cool.
What's exciting to me is understanding those graphs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even
And
to
what
this,
to do about.
Yeah, even at this day on our race programs, they're all computer controlled. You know what I mean? Electronics and all that, and the motor man will come over and he'll download the data from it. You know what I mean? And look at it, and at first sight you see all these graphs and all these lines, and after you start making sense of what each one is, it's pretty cool to be able to understand that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
does he like teach you? Can he download all the information into your brain so you can figure it all out too?
oh yeah, no, he's done. We've done quite a bit of work together on it, and
That's super cool.
And that's just learning's fun. You know what I mean? There's no cap to learning.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean?
100% agree.
All right, the most important question, Case. Go ahead and ask him.
Chips and guac, fries and ketchup.
Fries and ketchup. I
No
don't
way.
do the guac, man. I can't do it. I've tried and I can't do
But
it.
the guac guy.
I think you're going to be the only person ever to say that answer.
And it's funny too because I'm my wife is Mexican and she's guac in every other meal, and I can't
So
do
good.
it. I don't like it.
No.
No,
What about avocados, like on a sandwich?
not at all.
No. Yeah, just not avocado guy.
Get that green stuff away from me. And you?
Well, I'm going
We
chips and
already
guac. Yeah.
Have you
too.
ever had fries and guac?
Actually, yeah, I have. Carne asada fries with
yeah.
guac and stuff all over them. So he would just get it with no guac on
Yeah,
it.
you
Correct.
would. But given these choices, I gotta go chips and guac.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going chips and guac too.
Yeah.
That's funny because every other person that's answered is like, dude, it's not even a question.
Yeah, right.
Everybody picked chips and guac. So awesome, man. Well, you're going against the grain, but you do that a lot in your life, man.
Yeah.
So
do.
you go against the
do.
grain. You work hard. You kick ass. You've been doing a great job, especially in the last couple of years, just starting that new, all-wheel drive trophy truck program for Jesse Jones. You've clearly made a name for yourself in the industry. You've opened up a lot of people's eyes, even in Australia, to be able to go and work with some of those guys. Like Casey said during the middle of the show, and I don't know if people caught it when you guys were talking, but it's really cool to see somebody make such an impact in a genre of motorsports. Well, first of all, that grew up with us, but from a small town.
Yeah.
Like, it's really cool. Like most of the guys that you talk to don't have that same story. And I love hearing stories like that, man. It's bitching.
Like I say, I just gotta pretty much owe it all to my old man and my brother. I mean, I remember welding with a acetylene torch when I was 10 years old. You know what I mean? We were making our own little custom trucks and stuff, my brother and I, and just, and the cousins were involved in their stuff too. And it's just, I'd just be, if I can get my kids to do the same thing, it's just cool. It's over the moon, man. It's really, really fun.
These guys that want you and are, seeking you out, they get it. They know this.
Yeah.
When the chips are down, it's crunch time, and
Yeah,
somebody has
you
to
can
make a decision. Think of the depth that you get to draw from. from dad teaching you this and that. This isn't like, hey son, you're going to be a trophy truck mechanic. No, this is like, I can make whatever out of a beer can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no,
and that's why I was saying that I idolize Joe and give so much appreciation to him, because in most cases, the dirt life gave him this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his life gave him this. He's obviously got people that he's thankful for helping him, but he wasn't growing up in a lawyer with father environment, and he had to be a lawyer. He had to go to school. He took all the traditional ways. He stayed out of trouble. You know, he wasn't looking to be the president of the United States. He wasn't looking to be a doctor. Like, it's that whole, I don't want to say school of hard knocks, because it's not like he grew up in, you know, South Central LA or something. But it really is like you're in an element where you're always getting the fire lit underneath you to make sure that you're getting out and you're doing things properly. And it shows how much hard work, structure, and the work ethic gets you in life. It really does. And to be at the level that he's at now, where people from different countries are asking them to help, or him to help them in their programs, that's pretty admirable, dude.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it's coming. We didn't have a whole lot growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had to make work what we had. You know what I mean? And if we didn't have it, well, we got to figure out
how to make it.
What else to, you know what I mean? I remember going to.
Yesenia says she's a proud wife.
Thanks
for chiming in, girl.
Years ago, we went to the dump. You know, Sunday morning dump run or deal, whatever. And anyhow, my brother spotted an old RM80.
No way, in the dump.
Thrown away?
Dump. Yeah, and it was. I mean, it was still air cooled. You know, I mean, this is way back when.
That's still a pretty good find.
Yeah, it is.
And
haven't you seen those dudes that travel over the country looking for stuff like that?
Yeah, we loaded it up.
How did you sneak it out?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how we snuck it out, but it's it's way back when.
You put some trash on top of
it. Took more trash out than we brought in, but it didn't run. You know what I mean? But anyhow, my brother Rusty and my dad and ended up making it run, and he rode that thing for a year, 2 years.
Dang,
you know what I mean? And
awesome.
I think it was a stator or something that was bad, and they ended up. There's a couple of motorcycle junkyards around town, and because we never bought anything new. Yeah, I mean, never bought anything. Yeah. The first thing I ever bought new was my motorcycle, that '96 Cowie that.
The Ghost Rider?
The Ghost Rider, yeah.
That brings up a good point, though, is that somebody threw it away because they didn't want to put the effort that Joe puts in every day.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Can you imagine being, like, in that day and age, like, whatever, throw it away?
Yeah,
what?
No, and that's...
Well, we didn't even think like that now.
No way.
Yeah.
Let's pull this thing apart and figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Or put another engine in.
So it's I think it's just growing up that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, say, just... I was 13, and my old man said, here you go. I got this car. Because originally, when I was growing up, I wanted my grandmother's Mustang. She had a 66 Mustang, and I always wanted that. And, of course, I was motorcycle riding a lot.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, I'm going to haul a fucking motorcycle around in the back of a Mustang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then my dad stumbled across one of his old high school buddies that had this Ranchero.
Perfect. That
was pretty much half Mustang, Falcon. Yeah. And the other pickup bed, and so there you go. I was 13 years old, and
I bet you were stoked.
I was pumped and scared at the same time because I had an idea, but dude, that was.
Did you have an idea of like
just hard learning?
Did you have an idea of what color, and you were looking at magazines, like what am I gonna do, like how do I get it to be cool?
No, not really. The colors and stuff like that at the time didn't really bother me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to get it running, and
we had a dirt bike to the track.
Yeah, and we had a friend that was a painter, and had a whole bunch of this yellow over here because he used to paint for a construction company.
Yep.
And had a whole bunch of this yellow left over, and somehow we got into it, and I got into wanting like a really nice looking car. You know what I mean? And that kind of developed into my brother had built a Falcon that was on methanol. I mean, it was a badass little pro street car.
Yeah, it was.
And my dad had a hot rod, and we just we got into this era for probably 4 or 5 years of making really nice street rod stuff. And my dad still tinkers in that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's actually sold a couple of them, and made a heck of a lot more money than they ever thought they would
I'll bet.
because they were that clean and they were
Yeah,
that
super
nice.
nice.
Yep.
And us spending the time and building the stuff, we don't really know how much it's worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And street value, because we don't know street value. We don't sell nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's been fun though.
Yeah.
Been
That's super
a lot
cool,
of good
man.
life experiences. And then this off-road deal just kind of fell in my lap, and I just kind of, I love it.
I don't know,
If
man.
I-
I
if
don't know
I-
if I agree with that whole fell in the lap kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well,
Because you got to be able to,
You put yourself in the right place.
yeah.
yeah.
And you also showed what work ethic and structure and all that means.
And the I think the passion and the love for it does 90% of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this is not no 8 to 5 job.
That's
No.
a good
You know
point
what
too.
I mean? And I just love doing it. And if you love doing it, you're gonna do a great job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So if it's just a regular old job, it's just a job. But this ain't a job. This is a way of life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's cool.
You
That's
know.
a really good a dirt way of the dirt life.
You got it.
Mhm.
The way of their life.
That's cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming to the studio today and having pizza with us.
Hey, thank
and
you.
hanging out and
Sharing a couple Cokes.
By the way, we had pizza, not tacos.
Yeah.
we'll
See?
hey, let's keep that a secret. Dude. No, but we did feel like it needed a change though,
Yeah, okay.
and it was pretty good pizza.
It
so.
was.
There was.
I might even have a couple pieces after this too. But thank you very much for coming, dude. I
No,
really
thanks for having
appreciate it. Good luck to you and all the new ventures that you got coming up. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm going to definitely follow you on social media.
Yes. Please do.
For people that don't know your social media, it's Weining 814.
Yep.
So WEINING
And
814 on Instagram, and Joe Weining on the Facebook. And do you have any other?
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go hit him up, man. Check out the stuff that he's doing. He's doing a great job, and obviously he's hanging out with some pretty cool people, too.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I see a next picture of you, maybe picking up a kangaroo and holding it or something. That'll be pretty cool. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're sorry about all the trouble that we had, but we got 2 episodes out of it, we'll say, part 1 and part 2. So we'll fix it. Maybe I'll try to do some post-production. We'll fix it. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Hopefully next show we'll have a little bit more interaction. Next show, Case is going to join me again. We have a really, really special guest. Kind of goes along with the whole Red Bull thing that we were talking about with Toby Price and Bryce Menzies and stuff. We got Ryan Sipes
I cannot wait.
going to come in and join
The
us.
general.
Or not come in, but come in on the TV and join us from way back. Where's he from? Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Yeah. So they call him General Sipes now, right? Yeah, like you said. So
The general.
the General. That's because he can just ride dirt bikes, flat track, hill climb.
It's pretty insane what
Yeah.
he's doing for sure.
So we're going to talk to him about some really fun stuff. I can't wait to interview Ryan, and it'll be cool to talk to him about some motocross and supercross stuff too. We want to thank all of our sponsors. Thank you very much, Shock Therapy. Don't forget to use the code DIRTLIFE if you want to go save some money, maybe get some last-minute gifts or some New Year's gifts. And Zollinger Racing Products. Those guys make bitchin' products. I've said it a million times. Go get use that same code, DIRTLIFE, and go get yourself some rad stuff for the rest of the dune season, or get your car all pumped up for the summertime. Thank you to Rigid Industries, baddest lights in the business. Thank you to Solder Weld. They have their off-road repair kit. You can rescue your race, rescue your ride, get your car fixed up. In fact, Joe, we should get you hooked up with one of those. I'll give you a Solder Weld repair kit before you leave
Yeah.
today.
No, that'd be neat.
Check it out. And thank you very much to Fuel Wheels. Those guys are awesome. Make great products. We really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Episode 19. I'm going to say it's awesome for episode 19. Got a special heart for that number, or a special piece of my heart for that number. We love you guys. Good night.
Thanks.
Merry Christmas. Be safe.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Be safe. Good night.
Thanks for listening to The Dirt Life Show.